Pika Technologies is a software and hardware company. We develop media processing components for telephony developers. We were using Leadlander, which is a tool that captures a little bit more information about the visitors to your website than Google Analytics, and we use that in combination with Google Analytics. We were also using Constant Contact, which is an email tool that would track clicks, whether somebody opened the email. So those were basically our three tools, but none of them really worked together, and they didn't provide really enough information about the visitors to the website. They gave us website metrics and how many people went to this page and what the most popular downloads were, but it didn't tell us anything about the visitor. There was no way for us to capture lead information and qualify it and pass it on to the salespeople with the tools that we had. The process started a year ago when I hired somebody who had extensive experience with Eloqua. And I tasked her with finding a marketing automation tool that would fit our budget. We're a very small company with a small marketing budget. Something that didn't lock us into a contract, because the way our budget works, if sales fall off, then we have to cut expenses. So we didn't want to be locked in to a 1 or 2 year contract. But most importantly, she knew the features that would work and would not work with our company, things that we could take advantage of. And she compared 5 different products. We sat through many, many hours of demonstrations of the different functionality, and I knew nothing about marketing automation. I didn't know what progressive profiling was. So it was a learning process for me. But in the end, it came down to Pardot had all the features that we needed. There was, anything over and above we wouldn't take advantage of, so why pay for it? And is a month to month, so we didn't have to commit to any contract. Support was included, training was included. There were no extra costs. It wasn't another $1,500 for installation. Everything was included in the monthly fee. It's incented me, and as part of the marketing organization, to create more collateral or assets in the way of white papers and case studies, knowing that we know exactly who it is that has downloaded that. Before, they just kind of went out into thin air, and it was hard to justify the cost of getting these things produced. Now I know that I can spend $2,500 on getting a white paper written, and I can track the ROI on that simply by the number of downloads and the number of leads, because we now have email addresses and contact information associated with those downloads. We have a very small sales force, 4 people, one of them being in Europe, and in particular the European one is ecstatic with the leads that we are now forwarding to him, leads that he never got before. He had to do a lot of cold calling, and he visited a lot of trade shows on his own to gather leads. So now there's a lot of leads that come in overnight, because Europe, of course, is 6 hours ahead of us. So I come in the morning, I see 25 visitors to the website from Europe. I take a look at the websites, qualify whether that it's a potential customer for us, pass them on to him. And he is just every day, this is the best tool. I am so glad we bought this tool, and of course I forward it to my boss for my little pat on the shoulder. I know exactly how many leads have come as a result of this Pardot system. And the number of increased qualified leads in Salesforce in our database is up by 10% in an 8-month period since we've implemented Pardot. It's been very, very easy for us to cost justify the purchase of this or the ongoing fees associated with Pardot. And the owners are very pleased, and my boss, who's the VP of Sales and Marketing, is very pleased, because the salespeople are pleased. Pardot has a bunch of online tools, forums. They have checklists for us to follow. So we'll have your IT department do this, and then, so we just check them off one at a time. I think it took us maybe 3 weeks in total. And we were on the phone with Stephanie, I think, pretty much every day, maybe 2 or 3 times a day. She gave us half-hour training here, half-hour training there, whenever it suited our schedule. It exceeded my expectations. I can't say enough about how quick and responsive Pardot has been. We'll expect an answer, the next day. Always comes the same day, sometimes within an hour. It's so much fun. Our job's having real high-tech product and really only the website to work with. Google AdWords doesn't work with us. You try all these things, social media, nothing was really working, but Pardot is fun. It gets the creative juices flowing. What can we do for a drip campaign, and how can we plan it out? It's easy to use. The interfaces are so self-explanatory, and it's kind of given us a boost and a bit of motivation. If you consider your website to be a valuable tool, then marketing automation is only going to make it better for you.